Good day, everyone, and welcome to Sir Carl Easy Math. Today, we're going to discuss about the Quarter 1, Module 1 of Mathematics 8, which is all about factors of polynomial. The most essential learning competency that we will tackle today is about the learner factors completely different types of polynomials, such as polynomials with common monomial factor, difference of two squares, perfect square trinomials, sum and difference of two cubes, and general trinomial. So before anything else, let us try to define what is factoring. So when we say factoring, factoring is the process of finding the factors of an expression. It is the reverse process of multiplication. So here are the 5 different factoring techniques. Number 1, common monomial factor. Number 2, difference of two squares. Number 3, perfect square trinomials. Number 4, sum and difference of two cubes. And number 5, the general trinomials. So today I will be going to give examples and explain to you on how to factor those particular polynomials. So let us now start with common monomial factor. So number 1, factor 2x plus 10, right? So in common monomial factor, by the way, all the examples here are found in your modules. So I'm just going to explain how we get the answer. Number 1, factor 2x plus 10. So in common monomial factor, we examine the terms of the polynomial. So we have here 2x and we have the second term, which is 10. Question, do they have a common monomial factor? So we're going to examine the numerical coefficient as well as the variable. So here we have 2x, that is the first term, and the second term we have 10. So there might be a common monomial factor, and we're going to examine that one. So I have here a table that we need to fill out so that we could get the answer of the factors of 2x plus 10. So the polynomial, let's try to write 2x plus 10. Okay, please bear with my handwriting. So that is our polynomial 2x plus 10. What is the expanded form of 2x plus 10? Okay, so for the first term, which is 2x, we can expand 2x as 2 times x, right? And then we're going to put that one in a parenthesis. Plus, okay, since we're looking for the common factor for 10, we can expand 10 as 2 times 5, right? Okay, so we now expand our terms. So we have 2x becomes 2 times x, and 10 becomes 2 plus 10. So what is common between the terms? Okay, so the first term, there is 2. The second term, there is also a factor 2. So the common monomial factor between the two terms on the polynomial is 2. Alright, so we're gonna write that one on the table. The remaining factor, since 2 is common, what is left now is x plus 5. So the remaining factor is x plus 5. So the factored form now is 2 times the quantity of x plus 5. Very easy. Okay? So factor 2x plus 10, the common is 2. So the factored form is just equal to 2 times x plus 5. All right, let's have the second example. Factor 3x cubed minus 12x squared minus 9x. Okay, so again, we're going to examine the numerical coefficient as well as the variable. Okay, so let me write first the polynomial. So we have here 3x 3x cubed minus 12x squared minus 9x. And again, we're going to expand 3x cubed term by term. Okay, so first let's have 3x squared. Right? So 3x squared can be expanded as 3x times x squared. Right? And negative 12x squared, that can be expanded as 3x times negative negative 4x. Okay? For that is for negative 12x squared. Now for negative 9x, that can be expanded as 3x times negative 3. Okay? So 3x times x squared, that is equal to 3x cubed. 3x times negative 4x, that is equal to negative 12x squared. And 3x times negative 3, that is equal to negative 9x. So we have expanded all the terms now. So what is common among the three? This one. The common is this 3x. Alright? So common monomial factor, we could write that one as 3x. What are the remaining factor? The remaining factor is x squared. We have minus 4x minus 3. Okay? So what is now the factored form? That is just 3x times x squared minus 4x minus 3. Alright. So our answer for factor 3x squared minus 12x squared minus 9x, that is just equal to 3x times x squared minus 4x minus 3. Alright? So that is our answer for number 2. Right. Let us now have the difference of two squares. Alright. So in the difference of two squares, we just need to have to follow this formula. A squared minus b squared, that is just equal to the quantity of a plus b multiplied by the quantity of a minus b. Alright. So for number 3, factor x squared minus 4y squared. So if you notice, the terms here, x squared, this is a perfect square. And the second term, 4y squared, this is also a perfect square. Now, our operation here is minus or subtraction. So this is an example of the difference of two squares. So to answer for that one, all you need to do is follow this formula. Okay? So factor x squared minus 4y squared, that is just equal to, let's put a parenthesis here first, and then the symbols, we have plus here, and then we have minus here. All right. So let's just get the square root of each term. What is the square root of x? I mean the square root of x squared. That is x. So you just need to put x there. Okay. And what is the square root of 4? That is equal to 2. Right? And the square root of y squared, that is just equal to y. Alright. So, again, factor x squared minus 4y squared. The answer would be x plus 2y times the quantity of x minus 2y. So that would be our final answer for number 3. Easy, right? Let's have another one. Factor 16a to the power of 4 minus b to the power of 4 completely. Right. Okay. So let's try to examine again. The first term, 16 is a perfect square. A to the power of 4 is a perfect square as well. And our second term, b to the power of 4, that is a perfect square. So all we need to do, so this is just equal to, let's try to make a parentheses. And then we're gonna add here plus, the other one is minus. Okay, now let's try to get the square root of the first term. 16, the square root of 16 is 4, right? And then the square root of a to the power of 4, that is a square, right? So we have here 4a squared. Now, b to the power of 4, what is the square root of b to the power of 4? That is equal to b squared. So minus b squared. Okay? Now, if you try to notice here, 4a squared minus b squared, it is still an example of a difference of two squares. So we can still factor 4a squared minus b squared using difference of two squares. So, we're just gonna copy the first factor, which is 4a squared plus b squared, right? Times, here, we're gonna factor this one because this is still a perfect square, right? So plus, this one is minus. Now, the square root of 4a squared, that is just equal to 2a. Alright, so we have here 2a. Now, for b squared, the square root for that one is b. So we have here b. So the factor of 4a squared minus b squared, that is just equal to 2a plus b times 2a minus b. So to factor completely 16a to the power of 4 minus b to the power of 4, our final answer would be factor of 4a squared plus b squared times 2a plus b times 2a minus b. So this would be our final answer for this particular polynomial. Alright, this time let us now have perfect square trinomials. So, what is perfect square trinomials? So we're going to examine the first term and the last term. Okay, now if the first term, let's say 9x squared, if that is a perfect square, and the last term is a perfect square, and also if we try to multiply the square root of the first term and the second term, if it is just twice a and b, and that will be equal to the middle term, then that is a perfect square trinomial. Okay, so it is in the form a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, then the factor is just equal to a plus b, the quantity of a plus b squared. And if it is in the form of a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, then it is just equal to the quantity of a minus b squared. Okay, so what am I talking about? All right, let me explain it to you further. Okay, let me just erase this one. So our problem here is factor 9x squared plus 24x plus 16. All right, okay. So the first term, that is our a. Okay, so let's have here 9x squared. So 9x squared is a perfect square. So if we try to get the square root of 9x squared, that is just equal to 3x. Okay, that would be the square root of the first term. Now, in the second term, okay, I mean the last term, our last term is 16. Now the square root of 16 is just equal to 4. Right. Now if we try to multiply the square root of the first term, which is 3x, and the square root of the last term, which is 4, if we try to multiply that one, our answer is 3x plus 4 is equal to 12x, right? Okay. Now, 12x twice 12x, okay, twice 12x, or if we multiply this one by 2, the answer would be equal to 24. No, no, no. The answer would be 24x, right? Which is our middle term. Okay. Now, since it satisfies this particular formula, then our polynomial here, 9x squared plus 24x plus 16, is a perfect square trinomial. So in order for us to get the factor of 9x squared plus 24x plus 16, we can just simply say that it is equal to 3x plus 4 squared. All right. Okay. So the factor of 9x squared plus 24x plus 16, that is just equal to the quantity of 3x plus 4 raised to the power of 2 squared. So that's it. Very easy, right? Let's have the second number 6, perfect square trinomials. We have 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. So again, let's try to examine the first term and the last term. Okay, 4x squared. What is the square root of 4x squared? That is 2x, right? Okay, now what is the square root of the last term, which is 9? That is just equal to 3, right? Now if we multiply 2x times 3, that is equal to 6x. And 6x, if we multiply it by 2, that is equal to 12x, which is our middle term. So meaning to say that this particular polynomial 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 is an example of perfect square trinomials. Now if you noticed also here, we have here a minus sign in which we just need to follow this particular formula. All right? Okay, so the answer is just equal to, okay, let me just write it down here. Okay, so for the factor of 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 is just equal to 2x minus 3 squared. All right, following the formula here. Right? Understand? Okay. Now, let's go to another. The sum and difference of two cubes. Okay. So for the sum and difference of two cubes, okay, we just need to follow, just like the perfect square trinomials, we just need to follow this formula here. So a cubed plus b cubed, the answer with that is a plus b times the quantity of a squared minus ab plus b squared. Okay, so let's try to examine first if they are really cubes. Okay, so 8x cubed, all right, plus 1. So they are the terms are cubes actually. So this is an example of the sum of two cubes. So we can just follow this one. All right, so let me write it again. 8x cubed plus 1, that is just equal to, all right, first is the a. Okay, so we need to get the cube root. What is the cube root of 8? Any number that when you multiply it three times, is the answer is 8. So that is 2. So 2 times 2 times 2. So that is 8. So that is the cube root of 8. That is 2. And the cube root of x cubed is just x. So that would be our a plus 1. All right. Okay. So here, since this is plus here, this is the sum of two cubes. So we need to follow this one. Right? So then we need to square a. So 2x, the square of 2x or 2x times 2x, that becomes 4x squared, right? Okay, so 2x times 2x, that is 4x squared. Minus ab. So we need to multiply a and b. So 2x times 1, that is just 2x still, right? Plus we need to get the square of b. So 1. The square, 1 squared is equal to 1. Alright. So 8x cubed plus 1. So our final answer would be the quantity of 2x plus 1 times the quantity of 4x squared minus 2x plus 1. So that would be the factor of 8x cubed plus 1. Take note that if it is plus here, if it is the sum of two cubes, we just need to follow the acronym SOAP, right? What is SOAP? Okay, what is SOAP? We have same, so it's positive, positive, so same, same, and then we have O. Okay, S is same, right? Same here, so same, positive, so positive, and then opposite. The second one is opposite, opposite. Okay, please bear with my handwriting. And the third sign should be always positive. Okay, so that is so same, opposite, and always positive. Always positive. Hope you can still understood my handwriting. Okay, this time let's have number 8. So factor 3b cubed plus 24 completely. So in every polynomial, if we're going to get a factor, we should check first if there is a common monomial factor. And in this case, there is. So we're gonna take that one out first before we could proceed with another factoring technique. Okay, so you notice that negative 3b, right? Negative 3b cubed and 24, there is a common monomial factor for that one. Okay, so we need to take out negative 3 first. Okay, and we need to divide negative 3b cubed. Okay, divided by negative 3, what is left is just b cubed, right? And 24 divided by negative 3, that is just equal to b negative 8, I mean. All right. Okay. So our polynomial now becomes negative 3 times the quantity of b cubed minus 8. Now, let's try to focus on b cubed minus 8. Okay? B cubed minus 8, that is an example of the difference of two cubes, in which we're just going to follow this particular formula here. All right? Okay? So, b cubed minus 8, this is just equal to, okay, a minus b. So the cube root of b cube, that is b, please do not be confused with the letters, okay, minus our b here, or the 8 here, the cube root of 8 is 2. All right, so you have here b minus 2, okay, so that is same. And then the opposite, we have plus, and then the always positive is the last one. So next one is the square of the first term. Okay, so b squared, that is just equal to b squared. Okay, plus, all right, the product of a and b. All right, so b times negative 2, b times 2, that is 2b. All right, and the square of the second term. So 2 squared, that is just equal to 4. All right. So the factor for b cubed minus 8 is just equal to b minus 2 times b squared plus 2b plus 4. And then we have negative 3 outside. So to factor completely negative 3b cubed plus 24 completely, this would be equal to, here, let me just draw a line here. Okay, this would be equal to, we have the first factor negative 3 times b minus 2 times b squared plus 2b plus 4. Right. So this would be our final answer. Okay. Let us now have the general trinomials. So our problem here is factor x squared plus 11x plus 24. Right. So in this case, we're going to focus on the last term, which is 24. Okay. Now in general trinomials, we try to think of all the factors of 24, in which if we try to add that one, it would be equal to the numerical coefficient of the middle term, which is 11. So for this particular number or problem, we need to think of the factors of 24 that when we try to add, it would be equal to 11. So first, let's try to list down all the factors of 24. So of course, we have 1 and 24. All right. We also have 2 and 12. We have 3 and do we have 3? No. We have 6 and 4, right? We have 6 and 4. And yes, we have 3 and 8. All right? So we have 1 and 24, that is 24, 2 times 12, that is 24, 6 times 4, that is 24, and then 3 times 8, that is also equal to 24. Are there anything else? I think that would be it, right? So we now have to add, and let's see if we could get some 11. So 1 plus 24, that is, of course, 25. All right? 2 plus 12, that is 14. All right. And then 6 plus 4, that is just equal to 10. and 3 plus 8 that is equal to 11. So the factors of 24 where that when we try to add the answer is 11, so that would be 3 and 8. So all we need to do is we just need to have the square root of x, that is x, okay, and the factors of 24 that we're going to use is 3 and 8. So we have here plus 3 and plus 8 here. All right, so that would be our answer. Okay, very easy, right? So the factor of x squared plus 11x plus 24, that is just equal to x plus 3 times the quantity of x plus 8. All right. Next, let's have the last number. Okay. Factor 2p squared plus 18p minus 80 completely. All right. So again, is as you're going to check our polynomials here, there is a common factor which is 2. So we need to take that one out first. Okay. So we have here a common factor. Okay. So we're gonna put that one 2. All right. 2p squared divided by 2, that is just p squared, okay, plus 18p divided by 2, that is just 9p, all right, and then negative 80 divided by 2, that is equal to negative 90. All right, now here, p squared plus 9p minus 90. Our last term for this one is negative 90 or 90. We try to get the factors for this in which if we try to add, the answer would be equal to 9. So what are the different factors for that one? Okay, so we have um, negative 10 and 9, right? We have negative 10 and 9. Oops. We have also um, negative 15 and 6. Negative 15 and 6. Okay. Now, since uh, okay, we have here also negative 10 plus 9. This is just equal to negative 10 plus 9, that is equal to negative 1. We can have this one also as 9 times negative 10. And if we try to add that one, negative 10, 9 plus this time negative 9 times 10, right? Let me erase this one first. Right? So we can have that one, right, as the factor of 90. So negative 10 plus 9, that is negative 1. Negative 9 times 10, that's negative 90. But when we try to add that one, that is equal to positive 1. Same thing here, negative 15 and 6. The answer here is negative 9 if we try to add that one. But we are looking for positive 9. So we have here 15 and negative 6, right? If we try to add 15 and negative 6, our answer for that one, no, no, that is just equal to um, positive 9, right? So we need to use the factors 15, positive 15, and negative 6. So if we try to factor completely this one, we just need to copy 2, and then we have p here, right? And we need to use positive 15 And we also have negative 6. P minus 6. Alright. So, for the question, factor 2p squared plus 18p minus 80 completely, our final answer for that one would be 2 times p plus 15 times p minus 6. That would be our final answer. So there you have it, my dear students. Please bear with my handwriting. Okay, as we go on along with our discussions, you will notice that my penmanship will become better in my next video. So this is my first video, so please bear with it. And thank you very much. And please learn easy math with Sir Carl. Thank you.